Hi, ladies. Jaki Sabourin here. I'm so excited to connect with you today, and I want to cover dating over 40, 5 signs that he's into you. This is really exciting because it's really fun when you know that a guy's into you and you begin that process of getting to know each other better. It's really exciting. And so let me just jump right into the topic. So the first sign that he's into you is that he goes out of his way to spend time with you. That is like the telltale sign right there. So a guy that likes you is going to want to be around you. And you know why he wants to be around you is because he feels good when he's around you. So you make him feel good. And that's why he keeps coming back for more. If a guy is busy, it means that you're not high on his priority list and he's not making time for you because who knows, there's a million reasons why, but we're not going to go into that right now. The key is to remember that a man that wants to spend time with you, he's doing that because he likes the way he feels when he's with you. And that's why it's so important to do the work on yourself, to do your inner work so that you can clear out all those emotional blocks or any kind of debris that's keeping you from being that genuine, authentic, happy, sweet, loving, amazing woman that you know that you can be. And so that's why he's going to keep coming back for more. Okay, the next sign is that he's really into you, is that he's genuinely interested in what you have to say. So a man that is really interested in you is going to be asking you questions, wanting to know what your opinions are. He's going to really want to see a sense of humor, because having a sense of humor is a big bonus, especially as we get older. We have to see the lighter things in life. And basically, you're going to fascinate him by being authentic. When you're your authentic self, you're unique, and that uniqueness about you is what he's attracted to. So that's what makes him fascinated with you, because he's never met anybody like you, because there's nobody like you, because you've done the work to peel back the layers to reveal who you really are, which is an amazing woman that's unique in her own qualities. And so remember, ladies, just always remember to just be yourself, because all the other roles are taken, and that's what's going to connect the best and the strongest and the deepest. And that's what you want. And so another sign that he's really into you is that he laughs a lot when you're around. He laughs a lot, and you guys laugh a lot together. He's laughing because it feels good to do so. And if he's laughing a lot when he's around you, it means he's feeling good. And I don't know about you, but I like to hang out with my friends that laugh a lot. In fact, one of my sisters, I purposely call her up so we can have a laugh-a-thon. And we really like connecting because we know that we're going to laugh a lot together. And so we get each other, right? That it comes down to getting each other. And so paying attention to what he's saying and find the humor in a lot of it. Don't take things personal, and keeping it on the light sides always makes it fun and pleasant for him to be around you, because he's laughing all the time. He's having a good time. So it kind of goes back to having a good time. And so another sign that he's really into you is he compliments you. And the way that men can compliment you is that they could say things like sweetheart, or honey, or baby, or my chérie. I have a French client, and they say, my chérie. I think that's really cute. And my husband calls me baby, and I call him baby. And hey, baby, I'm having a great day, baby, or thinking of you, baby. And so when they start using those little endearments, or even if they whistle at you, I mean, some women, a woman the other day that I was talking to said she got really offended because a man whistled at her. And I'm like, are you kidding? I would love to have a man whistling at me when I cross the street. Remember you used to get that when you were younger? Love that. So it's cute. It's not that they're calling you like a dog. They're whistling because it's fun. Okay, it's fun, and I think you should get into it, because you should turn around and be like, are you whistling at me? I think that what happens as we get older, we have these rigid thinking about what's appropriate and what's not. But I assure you, if he's whistling at you, it's probably because he's flirting with you, and that's a fun, flirty thing for a man to do. And so don't take that the wrong way. Take that as a compliment. So compliment means that he's thinking out loud, right? He's thinking out loud about you in a very endearing way. So that's a really big sign that he's into you. Another great sign that he's into you, and I love this when this happens, is he wants to take pictures with you. He's like, oh, let's get a picture together. Or he asks a waiter to take a picture. And men don't typically do this a lot, so don't be surprised. But when they do, know that he's really into you, because there's no way that he would want to be in a picture with you if he wasn't. So that's a huge sign, actually. That's when you really know he really likes you. I'm going to give you several more than 5, because some of these are no-brainers, but it's good to refresh your memory. Another one is he talks about you in a future tense, right? He's saying things like, I really want to go here this summer, or let's plan a trip so we can get away. Have you ever been on a cruise? Or he's asking you questions about where you've been or where you've traveled to, and that's a sign that he's thinking about you in a future tense, and that's really good because he sees you in his life. And so I wouldn't get all wrapped up in him when a man does that. What happens is sometimes that we can hear these things and they're demonstrating these things, and then we start to over connect to them and start to attach to them, and then we sabotage it in the process. It's important to monitor that. As much as Michael was saying and doing all the things that I wanted him to say and do, he was showing up and he was demonstrating to me that he was interested in me and into me by all the things that I'm sharing with you. I still remained not aloof, that's not the right word, but I still remained observer. I still kept watching him, because I've had men before show up like that, and I'm sure you have too. So it wasn't that I was skeptical. I was just waiting for it to become very, very official, and he needed to make that statement that I want to be exclusive. I don't want you to see other people. I'm starting to make plans, actually going on these trips that he was saying. So until you see the evidence of all these comments, you really need to stay detached but involved. Detached involvement is so important in dating. So it means that you're still involved in the unfolding, but you're not attached to the outcome. As soon as you attach to an outcome, you take yourself out of the present moment. You give up all your power in that moment, and they sense it. And that's why a lot of men pull away. They already got you. And as soon as they know they got you before they've decided that they want to get you, then I guess the chase is over, the game's over for them. And again, it's not a game, but there is a dynamic, right? It's an energy, and you want to make sure that your energy stays over in your, around you, and not giving it away, not putting your cards on the table before what his real intentions are. And so another sign that he's into you is that he's asking about your family, and he's asking about you and your health, or things that you share with him. He remembers, and he asks you about them. And then the last thing I'll share with you, because I know I've gone way over 5 signs, is that he wants you to meet his friends. That's a big one. He wants you to meet his friends, and he wants you to meet his family. And that's really important, that you meet his friends and his family. If he's showing all these other signs he's into you, the next logical thing would be to now include you in his inner circle. And then another sign that I will leave you with is that he invites you over to his place. This is really important, because sometimes we're dating men and they are coming over our place, or they're taking us out, but we never get to see their home or their apartment, their condo, wherever they're living. And you really need to see that within the first, I'd say, I don't know, a month of dating at least. I mean, within the first couple of weeks, maybe I'd say by the 3rd week, you should go over to his house, or at least he's stopping by to pick something up, and you know where he lives, and it's not something that's not being discussed. That is a big red flag if you're dating a guy for more than a month and you've never been to his home, or seen his condo or his apartment, or been in his car. I mean, there's something going on there, and you need to find out what it is. Maybe he's hiding something from you. Maybe he has a girlfriend. Maybe he's seen other women. Maybe he's still married but separated and doesn't really want you to know where he lives in case his kids come by. Or you never know. So I'm not trying to burst your bubble here, but these are really important things that you need to pay attention to, because I don't want you to invest all this time in a man if he doesn't show you the signs that he's really into you. As soon as he starts to show you these signs, then of course you're reciprocating it. He's giving you these signs, and you're meeting him there, but not getting ahead of him. And so I just want to say hi to a couple ladies that joined the broadcast. Hi, Maria. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Hope. Hi, Melissa. Nice to see you. And I can't see. Hi, Susie. Hi, Terry. Nice to see you. Hi, Maria. Cool. And how soon should he introduce you to his friends? Well, that's a great question. I mean, I don't say that there's a hard and fast rule with how soon he should introduce you to his friends. I say that it's really fun in the beginning when you connect with the man and you know he's into you and you're into him, to have that first couple of weeks to bond and to grow together before you meet friends and family, because that's a very special time and you want to establish a relationship. You want to solidify the relationship so it's on solid ground, because then when you meet the family, if something comes up, your relationship's on solid footing. So I wouldn't push to meet his friends right away or his family until you know that you're exclusive, you're dating, and you're headed in a direction that you both want to go. And from that place, then yes, then you want to meet his friends and family. So if he's really into you and he's pursuing you and he's doing all the things that I already suggested, and he wants you to meet his friends and family sooner than that, all the better. But I always like to reserve that time to bond and to get to know him. And as soon as you start adding other people into the fray, then it changes the dynamics, which is great. But maybe you want to enjoy the beginning of the relationship a little bit more. So don't be in such a hurry to meet his friends. That's all going to happen soon enough, especially if he's into you, right? And you're welcome. Hi, Kelly. Anybody else have any questions? Hi, Gina. Hi, Vivian. Nice to see you. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and post these in the comment. Thank you, Annie. Thank you. And so that's pretty much wraps it up. I wanted to keep this broadcast short and sweet, get to the point, get in, get out. Unless you have any questions, I'm going to say that those are pretty clear signs that he's into you. And if he's not into you, you're not going to be seeing those signs, right? It's the opposite. So I don't see any more questions, ladies. Is that it? How soon should he introduce you to his friends? I already answered that. Okay, that's it. Ladies, come on, I'm right here. I can coach you. You don't got anything else to ask me? You're just feeling a little shy? I'm just going to wait a few minutes in case somebody comes up with something. But I will say online, it's a really different ball game when you're online dating. So you have to really, none of these things apply until you get offline and in front of him. So before that, back and forth doesn't count because life happens, things happen. What can happen is he might get a big project at work, and so you're talking to him online and all of a sudden he goes quiet. So maybe he met somebody. Maybe he's exploring something else. Maybe he had to go away on a business trip. He's not obligated to share any of this with you. So before you meet in person and you're online talking back and forth and texting with your thumbs, none of this really counts. It's only until you meet, you strike a connection. And from that moment forward, it counts. So if you haven't heard from a guy online, it doesn't mean that he's not into you. You just don't want to make those assumptions because you just never know what's going on the other side of that. The most important thing with online dating is to not take it personal. Not take it personal and be tenacious. Hang in there with your communications with men, because eventually something's going to click and you're going to meet your soulmate, and all of this dating is going to be put behind you and you're going to start your journey with your soulmate. I promise you it's going to happen for you. The only way you can fail is if you quit, okay? That's the only way you can fail, because every time you show up on this broadcast, you're learning more and more and more, and it's all starting to gel and come together for you. So Vivian, what about guys who are scared off because never married at 71? Well, they're not your guy, you know. I hope that if you've never been married, it's really important to have to share some intimacy around why that is, you know, and be transparent, because that's going to create trust. And so they're looking for credibility. They're looking for consistency. When you haven't been married, there's not a benchmark relationship kind of to see what your life experiences are. So I wouldn't say that it's not a negative. That's just how it is, right? Accept yourself. But you want to certainly give them some background so they understand where you're coming from. They understand your life experience. If you've had a live-in relationship or a relationship that was a long-term relationship, I would consider that a something very very valid, and to share that with these men, on the heels of sharing that you've never been married. Make sure you share, because that gives you a lot of credibility, and it shows that you are capable of having a relationship. You've had relationships, they just didn't result into a piece of paper. And so definitely follow that conversation with that. Hi, Nancy. Nice to see you. Okay, let me answer one more question. Great. How to ask status of relationship. How is his experience with me? Well, his experience with you, asking the status of the relationship, I don't recommend directly, because it's something you want to feel into. How you know the status of the relationship is by the way he's treating you. It's all of these signs that I just shared with you. Is he showing up? Is he contacting you? Is he calling you? Is he wanting you to be exclusive? That's how you know the status of the relationship. If he's not initiating the conversation around being exclusive or wanting to see you or keeping in touch with you, I can tell you that the status of your relationship is dating. You're dating. You're not a girlfriend. You're not his girlfriend, and you're dating. And he's dating others maybe, and you're dating other people. But until he initiates that exclusivity conversation, you're just dating, which is great. Just dating's great. It could lead to something more. So keep dating. Keep dating him. Maybe date somebody else. Make sure you keep your personal life going. Meet with your friends. Do the things that don't abandon your life. Keep going, and that's going to make you even more desirable because you have a life. Because men are looking for a woman who has a life and is not going to lose herself or pretzel herself in a relationship. Hi, Jean. Hi, Alice. Nice to see you. And so, hope that answered your question. Yeah, don't ask the status of a relationship. Let him come to you. That's really important. Let him lead with that, because you'll know by the way he kisses you, by the way he treats you, by the way he treats you differently than he treats others. And you can tell the difference by how he treats you than he treats others, because you're going to be precious cargo to him, and it's going to be apparent to him that you're special to him. And if you're seeing that, just stay in that receiving mode and surrender to the process. So many times we want to know, our mind wants to know an outcome. We're like, I need to know. That's all about control. You have to let go of control and allow things to unfold. Rigid minds lack flexibility. And that rigid thinking is what gets you into trouble. That's when you're in your head. You got to stay down in your heart into the great unknown, where all the magic is and the mystery is, because at any moment he could drop that bomb on you that says, hey, I want you and only you, and I don't want you to see other people. And that's going to make your heart sing. So stay in the unknown, because it's more likely to happen in that than in the knowns, because the knowns are what you've already experienced, and there's no evolution in that. If you're stuck in your head about if he's going to ask me about this, and you're always up there thinking, you're not really connecting with him on a heart level. And men don't want to connect with you in your head. They want to connect to your heart. That's where your intuition is. That's where your authenticity is. That's when your genuine personality really is. And so you want to stay in that. And that's also a very youthful quality, is just going with the flow and allowing things to unfold and not needing to know. Why do you need to know? I don't need to know. I'll know soon enough. And enjoy that, relish that, not knowing, because it's in that not knowing that all this magic can happen. As soon as you attach to an outcome, you may not notice what's unfolding in the moment, because you're over here attached to an outcome, and you take yourself out of the moment where the signals are really happening from this man. He's really sending you signals, but if you're really focused and attached to how it's going to happen, you really aren't present, and you miss the signs. And that's a lot of the reason why we don't connect with men on a deeper, more intimate level, because we're in our heads too much. And so that's one of the things that I teach the most about, is getting out of our ego mind and dropping into our body and staying there, because it's in the now. Your body's in the now. So a little tip before I end the call is just, if you're out on a date, make sure you anchor into the moment by, if you have to squeeze your legs, or, notice the smells, the sounds, the taste of the food. Really focus on being present. And if you have to use your body as a grounding tool, that's what I recommend you do. Keep squeezing your leg under the table because your body's in the now. It's going to keep you present. And so if you find yourself drifting, just gently pull yourself back to the now using all of your senses. So those are your superpowers. Those are superpowers you need to start using more and more. They'll help you stay present. Okay, ladies, so nice to see you here. I'm just sending you all so much love. Thank you for being here, and I'll be here every Thursday at 4 p.m. If you have questions that you want coaching around, show up and drop them in the comment box so I can answer them on the call. Okay, ladies, I'm sending you lots of love. Get out there and enjoy your dates this weekend. Bye. Thank you for being here. Love you.